Because I'm so sick of diagnostic thinking. And it feeds right back into the label thing. Like, the word we use to describe a thing is not the thing that gives it its meaning. Like, and I think there's some generational factor involved here. Where it's like, my generation is just so obsessed with labels. So obsessed with labeling ourselves, and in like a Deleuzian sense, we're so obsessed with allowing ourselves to be territorialized. We're so obsessed with it. We're like, oh, I have a little bit of trauma from my relationship. That must mean that I have PTSD now. Like I have this natural anxious reaction to these crazy expectations and constant bombardment of information from my school. That must mean that I have an anxiety disorder and it's my fault. It's my problem. It's like, no, dude, that's such a mistake. That's literally such a mistake. You're fucking yourself even more if you think that way, because it's like, it's not because of your brain. It's not because of your fucking brain. It's because of your fucking life conditions. Like seriously, it's not something wrong with you that causes you to have a distressful experience of the world. It's something wrong with the fucking world. Like, why is it so hard to think that way for us? Like, why can't we break out of this individualistic diagnostic framework of constantly diagnosing each other and ourselves with things, and constantly forcing everything into these supposedly clean-cut categories that we constantly just expand, and that really, if we looked at them honestly, outside of all socio-historical contingent context, in an objective, really what fucking objectivity means in reality, we would see that all of these categories and all of the requirements to enter them are fucking arbitrary, because they're artificially drawn by society itself. Why is it so hard to reach that realization for people? Why? Why is it so difficult? Like, I'm just so sick of the fact that it seems like the symbolic order and like the subjectivation that occurs in our world today, in our moment today, turns all of us into mental slaves. It literally does. It turns all of us into fucking mental slaves. To, like, literally to ourselves. We become our own warden, as Foucault said. Like, we literally, like, nobody is killing the cops in their head, no matter how many times they put ACAB in their fucking bio. No one is doing that. We're constantly policing ourselves. We're constantly forcing ourselves into mental social prisons. We're constantly doing that. All the time. And I'm sick of it. Like, you need to realize that if you even want to conceive of what true liberation would mean socially, you have to break out of all the territories first. You have to reach that point. You almost have to make yourself a body without organs, in a Deleuzian sense, in order to conceive of what a different world would even look like. Like, seriously. And I don't know if this all sounds like quote-unquote esoteric mumbo-jumbo to you people, but like, it's just my honest thoughts. It's just my honest look at the way that things are in my own life and the life of everyone around me that I'm seeing. Like, I'm just calling what I'm seeing in the terms that I use. Like, and I'm not good at putting it in layman's terms, I don't think. But maybe I'm wrong and someone will like boost my ego by telling me differently, but like, I don't want it to sound like I think that I'm this godly fucking brain galaxy genius, because I don't think of myself that way. I'm just a crazy theory nut. Like, that's literally it. Like, I'm literally just knee deep in this shit. Like, that's literally the case. It's literally just the fact that I'm analyzing things through a different lens. I'm interpreting things in a different way. It's not because I'm smarter than you. I'm just good at this. Like, honestly, I don't like when people feel like they're dumber than me. I really don't like it. That's not my goal at all. My goal is not to sound smart at all. And honestly, if you really know me and if you really listen to what I say, that should be obvious. Because why would I be trying to appeal to some constructed idea of what it means to be smart in the first place? I don't give a fuck about that. I don't fucking care. Are you kidding me? Why the fuck would I care about that? Like, honestly, what I'm seeing more and more in this hellish fucking college institution is the fact that what smart means is if you learn the analytical skills and if you agree with the hegemonic ideology. That's how you get smart. That's the equation of how they will call you smart, to be honest. And I just don't like it. I just have so many complaints. I want to do like a whole episode, a whole stream even on like college ideology and all of the bullshit. All of the bullshit that just gets forced into people's throats. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like, here's the thing. I don't want people to I don't really care if people think I'm stupid, because honestly that's probably just a sign that they're stupid to me, in my opinion. But I don't want people to think that I'm not serious. That is one thing that I have like an actual like problem with. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm just like a pseudo. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like a pseudo intellectual, and I'm like not I'm not seriously engaged with it. Because if you just listened to the last fucking almost 40 minutes of me talking, I feel like it comes across that I take this shit seriously. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here in my dorm room fucking ranting at my computer screen if I didn't take this shit seriously. I wouldn't even be doing this. You know what I mean? I have work I could be doing, but I take this more seriously than that. Just to be honest, just to be blunt about that. I don't know if I'm being too aggressive. I don't know if I'm setting the vibe in a toxic way. I don't know, but we hit the 40-minute mark. Damn. Usually this is around where we end lately. I'm so sick of having those 40-minute podcast episodes. It's so lame. You guys deserve at least an hour. At least. At the very fucking least, 60 minutes. You know? And I'm kind of covering what I wanted to get into as well. It's kind of, I'm accomplishing that, but I'm getting so passionate and heated and like following the flow of thought that it's like I'm not being as eloquent as I want to be honest. Like, there's such a balance of forces like that occurs here. There's like, it's hard to achieve that. It's hard to achieve that kind of balance of like, because when you hear somebody talking in an intellectual way and they say a bunch of huge words, like a huge string of words in a way that is eloquent and it flows well, and you can tell that they know what they're talking about when they do it, it's really fucking impressive. Like, when somebody is in the zone and they are going off, as they say, and they're just unleashing these takes, and you can tell it's like, wow, like they know what the fuck they're talking. That's a very impressive thing for me, at least, to witness. Like, a lot of Zizek talks have those moments where it's like, damn, like, okay, dude. Like it you can feel in your mind as you listen to it, you can literally feel your mind, like, moving and, like, changing as he's talking. And it's like, right. I think I get what you're saying. But this is really fucking impressive just on, like, a more visceral, physical level that you're able to just, like, say that. Like, you know? Like, I want to have those kind of moments, but I almost feel like I would socially need to have it written prior in order to do. I don't know. Maybe I've done it before for you on your, like, level of engagement. I don't know. It's just like one thing that I wanted to note. It's a very impressive thing.